episode 13. Episode 13. Episode 13. My name is Rich. Of course, we have my co-host, Deathmatch Bro, who had an excellent time last night at H2O. We got Joe Beisler in the building. Joe, what is going on, sir? How are you?
I am doing great, man. Like you said, coming off a great night. Special shout out to you also. Buying my son a birthday cake. That was awesome.
Absolutely.
Definitely killed half of that shit already last night. Me, Mittens, and Connor and him.
Oh, awesome. Good shit.
Yeah, dude. I love those kids. Those dudes can stay at my house whenever. Anybody, if any one of my friends could stay here. I get a kick out of it, man. We always have a fun time.
Hey, man, that's what it's about. And that's why we're here. And that's why we do what we do.
Oh, yeah. Fucking right, dude. Wacky world of wrestling. We got to talk about it.
It is the wacky world of wrestling. And there's always something going on.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so last night, H2O, there was, some good, it was the good, solid, like, H2O talent. The main event, we had Alex Stretch and Matt Tremont, Killdozer.
Anthrax.
Matt, right, Anthrax. Because Matt Tremont doesn't exist in H2O. It's only the Killdozer.
Right. Yes.
Right. And apparently he's never going to return, according to him. That 200 light tubes, man, that got pretty bloody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, it was, like I said, I've seen Anthrax go from being, little rookie suplex guy to doing pretty severe shit now. And, makes me proud to see. Tremont always delivers, obviously. And certain students, most of his students, he steps up, has a good match even just for them. And, it was a joy to see a good massacre to end the night until I started massacring myself.
Well, I mean, listen, it wouldn't be an H2O show or a night with Joe Beisler if something like that didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. It has been occurring more and more often at that place.
Listen, clearly you have an itch that needs to be scratched. So,
yeah, dude. Like when Louis said him and his son versus me and my son, I got excited.
Oh, I was right there for that. I'm like, you know what? You gotta fucking book that shit. Dude, I think you have to.
He'd be a fun dude to work with.
Dude, like who's stopping you?
Well, dude, come on. A show would have to put us on. Let me do the commentary thing first, and then he can attack me there, and then we'll set something up.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, because you got a couple gigs coming up, so why the fuck not?
Yeah, dude. Why not?
Because isn't Louis gonna be at the X-Brand show?
Yeah, he's fighting Hellaware. So
you never know. Maybe we just you know what? Maybe we just dropped an Easter egg right there. We don't know.
Stay tuned. We always say, stay tuned. You never know.
Stay tuned. You never know, because this is the wacky world of wrestling.
But dude, just so if anybody wants to see.
Yeah.
That's really in my head last night.
That is really a mark from the gossip play, because I was literally right there when it happened.
Yeah.
I took pictures. I took a video. Like, this is for real. This is some good shit.
Oh yeah. And then I let my son hit me with a tube after.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it was his birthday, and you will do anything for your son.
Yeah. Before we even talk more about the show, again, Matt, H2O, everybody there, thank you. Because that was one of the most awesome things anybody's ever done for us, especially, in wrestling, just to pop out with a, cool little happy birthday and let us be our stupid ways. It's just awesome. And people, like I said, people that don't go to the H2O Center just don't get it. It's just, you have to be there to understand why we love it so much.
I don't like the mainstream fans. They will never understand, because they're so now. It's like WWE or bust.
Yeah.
AEW, WWE or bust, and that's like they won't even try to go, or it's not even an option. And it's like, I mean, all right, maybe it's not for them, but have they ever tried to go?
Right.
You know what I mean? I haven't been to a mainstream show in years. Probably 8 years ago. Probably 8 years ago, I went to Monday Night Raw, and it was ass. So, you know what I mean? I took the 2.5-hour drive to Brooklyn for Monday Night Raw. It was the one before WrestleMania.
Okay. In fact, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was the week before WrestleMania. It was Shane and The Undertaker were going to face each other in the Hell in a Cell. So, like, it started off hot. But then after that, it died out.
Yeah.
And it was just, everyone is just kind of like sitting like this. Just, it was boring.
Nah.
It was bad.
Like I said, man, it's just, there's something about that up close feeling, that getting involved feeling, that, you know, you could be anybody in the audience and the wrestlers might just interact with you just for the hell of it. Like, that's awesome. Like, you don't get that. Like, you have to literally be in the front row to even get acknowledged at a show like at WWE or AEW. And usually they don't fan interact at all. So it's not even, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally do. And you know what? Because, like, we call it like the deathmatch community, in which it is, because there is camaraderie here. There is, you know, like, listen, if it wasn't for that, like, we wouldn't know each other. I wouldn't know this person. You wouldn't know that person. And we wouldn't be going to all these shows and having all these great times. You know what I mean? So it's like, because, all right, awesome. We get a couple hundred people in a fucking building and we have the greatest time ever.
Yeah.
And then over the course of time, we all get to know each other.
Yeah.
And then we always see new people coming in, and, you know, they're not, now some of them come and go, and some of them aren't as diehard as us, but we all have a great time. And that's what it's about. You pay $25 at the door, you get to hang your friends and see some good wrestling.
Dude, you can't ask for anything better. You really can't.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, all right, so what did you think of Low Life Louie and
Low Life Louie and Duncan had a match where they had to pull a little trickery on my buddy Louie to win the match, but you know,
wasn't totally thrilled with that. But listen,
we're all big Louie fans, and you know we hate to see him lose, but it's right.
It is wrestling. It is wrestling, and then
you know I also thought the Stretch and Austin Luke match was entertaining as hell. And I didn't like the ending too much, but the rest of the match was entertaining, dude. They were all over with the ladders and shit.
Yeah, there that one spot towards the end, they really should have. I have it on my phone. Like, they really should have went up a couple more notches on that ladder for that one spot, because that really could have.
Yeah,
ended.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that could have ended pretty nasty. Thank God nothing happened. But I'm just saying. And then, you know, the lights go out. You know, someone comes up all dressed in all black. They got a mask. Run up to the ladder. They grab the belt. Go back down. Do. And then, you know, the lights come on. What's going on? And who gets on the microphone, Joe?
Chondo.
Fucking Chondo.
Fucking Chondo. He has his own show. Now he thinks he could just steal belts.
It's crazy. He's got a lot of nerve.
Oh, we're gonna get that Chondo. We're gonna sabotage his next show.
I think we should. I mean, he said it's a one and only show, but in wrestling, there is a term that says, you know, never say never.
Oh, wait, you didn't see his post then?
No, I guess I didn't.
Oh, so on Facebook, he put a post. If this gets 200 likes, I'll have another show, and he got over 400.
No shit. Good for him.
Oh yeah. So he's gonna have another show.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Oh man.
So then we had you know, I mean, we say return. He has been there a bunch of times, but you know, it was a couple months. Cool to see Lucky 13 pop up last night, teaming up with Jess Moss.
Yeah, we really haven't seen him much besides the last XPW show, right?
Yeah.
That was 2 months ago.
Yeah. And like I said, he used to be an H2O staple. He was H2O champion, and but he just, you know, he's also been wrestling a while, so you know he can't do every week, I guess. Right. But he's still amazing to watch, no matter what.
Yeah, that was a nice little treat for everyone, I think.
Yeah.
Always good to see him. I'm trying to think what else. What else stood out. That one fork where Louie had the fork in his head. That was Some people don't understand that, like, look, there's like nothing up here, but like the amount of scar tissue,
dude.
that he
Yeah.
has up there, that's what makes it possible.
Yes.
So it's like just enough. You got your and it sticks. And it's crazy because like I got, there's videos on Instagram that I post, and the skewers, and Tremont with the shit in his head and things like that. And people comment like, it's not real. I'm like, no, it is.
Yeah.
No, it is. No, like that's real blood. That's really our skewers. He really is bleeding.
Yeah.
His forehead really does look like that.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, I always made the joke that if you breathe on Tremont wrong, he'll start bleeding.
I mean, when GCW had the Hammerstein show, and like the main event, it definitely got cut short because I guess it was like a timing issue. So it was Tremont engaged against the Briscoes.
Yeah.
And I think because you cannot have blood. There's no blood in New York, not just New York City, in general. And he can bleed pretty easy.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
Oh yeah.
He
had to keep the bandana on.
So wait, what happened?
He had to keep the bandana on for like half the match.
Keep the bandana on, play it safe. Now I'm sure if it's like an accident or something and someone gets kind of like cut on the arm, like I'm sure that's one thing, but like you cannot actually bleed all over the place in New York.
Right. Believe me, I know. Yeah, I remember the 5150 show.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that one?
Oh, I have. Totally.
The homicide show when Louis and Gage fought and Louis got busted open in the beginning and they had to just shut that match down.
Yes.
Oh, dude, that was horrible.
Yes. And I think it was like TJ and Friends, and he had, I watched it. Then I was like, all right, someone's got to have a video of this. And then I came across his, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the gnarliest things you're going to see. So,
a piece of glass just fell out of my head after 2 showers.
There you go. Yeah, I had a piece of glass in my sneakers from last night too. It happens to the best of us.
Oh yeah, but dude, the head is the rough part.
Listen, those custom plates are sharp.
Oh yeah.
And it only takes just like a 2-2 and
again, shout out to my buddy Hammer, but he's not weak fisted either.
Right. I mean, his hands are like catcher's mitts.
Yeah, dude, he had a good shot on me, so but again, trust the dude. So we went with it. When I had the blood coming in my eye, though, that was like, oh, whoops.
Yeah, you got great color last night, I will say.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll post a couple pics on the IG and I'll put it on the story or something so America can see. Yeah, great color last night.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, dude, I just great time. Just silly. Happy birthday, buddy.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Joe. And so then after the Tremont Anthrax match last night, Blakely comes out, Jess Moss, and they challenge Tremont Saturday, May 11th.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the show.
It's a Panic Switch, and it's them two and Kennedy.
Right. Kennedy Copeland, Kennedy Hardcastle.
Whatever.
3-on-1 is probably going to be a death match-ish.
Yeah, House of Horrors.
Oh, that's right, House of Horrors. So this would be Killdozer against those three in a handicap match. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
maybe this is what maybe he needs the love from his angels from hell. Is that what it is?
Angels of Death.
Angels of Death. That's what it was. Yeah. Maybe he just needs the love from the Angels of Death to bring back Matt Tremont. Maybe that's what this is. Is this the culmination? Is this where we see not the Killdozer, but the bulldozer Matt Tremont make his triumphant return? Is this what's going to happen, Joe?
This would be their best chance. How about that? I'm not sure if it's a definite, but this would be their best chance. you know, they've all fought him one-on-one. I believe he's beaten all of them. May have lost a random match to, but they put their strengths together. They got what it takes.
I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, part of me doesn't want the Bulldozer to come back yet because I like headbanging with the Killdozer.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of that lately.
Yeah,
who knows?
That's fun.
Well, maybe he could do a split personality thing.
There you go.
Like, you could do sometimes the Bulldozer, sometimes the Killdozer.
Or he gets hit on the head hard enough, he turns into the Killdozer.
There you go. That's
it.
I think that's a good idea.
Like he'll start the match, ha, 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 then get hit with a light tube and start going.
There you go. I think there you go. Tremont, if you're listening, there you go. Do the split personality thing, kind of like what Bray Wyatt was doing, but you're doing it the Bulldozer way. That's it.
I like it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can dig it. All right, so Saturday, May 11th is the next H2O show.
Yeah, so like you said, that House of Horrors match, and we got Neil and Brandon Kirk for the Danny Havoc title.
Right.
And just announced today, because of what happened with Chondo and Austin Luke for the belt.
All right, so that's like 3 solid matches right there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I might be able to make it. I got a work barbecue thing that day, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it.
Dude, if everything works out for me, I am not off wrestling until the week after TOS.
Wow, yeah. So your next month is pretty jammed.
Yeah. Like I said, I not going to say what next week could be, but if I make that, there's that. Then we got H2O on the 11th. Then the weekend after that is going to be X-Brand, GCW, and POR.
Yeah, that's gonna be a busy weekend.
The week after that, I'm going to Bloodstorm at H2O.
Okay.
And then the week after that is TOS, COS.
Yeah. Are you spending the weekend in AC?
I believe this time, yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's TOS, then you get the Deathmatch Hall of Fame, then you get the JCW After Hours, and then the next day you got Cage of Survival.
Again, this is no dig to anybody, but I will guarantee you that there will be more people at our party than JCW.
I believe so.
And that's no shot at JCW. I feel bad. I wish they had an afternoon show.
Yeah, they usually do, but
yeah, I don't understand this midnight show. I mean, obviously, Brett's going to do what he wants, but I know he knows that we have the after parties after every show.
Right. I mean, even is his roster even going to be able to function during JCW?
Dude, half that roster is usually at the party.
Right. So, I mean, the plot thickens. There's going to be different variables going on.
Again, you're not going.
I probably won't be partying that hard, but the Deathmatch Hall of Fame is a hit or miss for me. I don't know, but I'll do JCW.
See, the Hall of Fame was solidified when they said Marcus. There was no way I was missing that.
Yeah.
Where his parents are going to be there. Me and Tom haven't seen his parents 4 years.
Okay.
So I mean, like we actually it was at his house and all, like, you know what I mean? Like it's different. For the Marcus announcement, I won't even lie, dude. I definitely teared up. I ain't afraid to admit it. Mm-hmm. Like that dude was just, and then they announced him. And then to see the response of people that hadn't been to GCW in a while or just haven't been to AC, like leave it to Marcus, even in death, to bring people together, dude. It's awesome to see.
And that's what we were just talking about before, like the deathmatch community.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully listen, you know what? Hopefully it sells out.
That dude, like I said, he was just a top notch dude. Like, even our, my boy, Nate Miller.
Right.
Never met him. And the first day they met, just talked for like 45 minutes, like they knew each other their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the kind of dude Marcus was.
All right. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'll most likely be going. Most likely. I might want to take a little break in between, but you know what? I say that now, but in the heat of the moment, I'll be like, you know what? Let's go. And that's it. I'll go.
And we don't even know everybody else. We only know Abby and him so far.
This is true. This is true.
There's usually at least one or two more.
You know what? I wish, Sabu didn't no-show the Indie Hall of Fame, because I think, in my opinion, he's a shoo-in for the Deathmatch Hall of Fame.
He should be, but like you said, he did that bullshit with the Indie Hall of Fame, so.
Right. Oh, Sabu. What are you going to do?
I love it.
Oh,
he's still Sabu, and all these years later.
Well, I mean, allegedly, he used to double and triple book himself in the 90s, and he used to double and triple book himself on the indies back in like the 90s. So if he wasn't doing ECW and going back and forth to Japan, he would double and triple book himself. So he would get the advance up front, and then whoever was selling the most tickets, that's the one that he would go to, because he knew he'd be able to sell the most picks and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, Sabu's the man.
I mean, he had a whole fucking he had like a tour bus.
That's awesome.
He didn't like the fly. So like,
no, I remember. I remember. That bus was parked in the parking lot a lot.
I'm sure. No, this is all alleged, ladies and gentlemen. Allegedly.
Oh, I seen the bus.
No, the bus. Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't think him doing like a tour of Japan and maybe a shot in ECW once a month back in like 94, 95 can afford him a tour bus. I'm just saying. But you never know.
No,
we don't know. So you're gonna be doing commentary at X Brand.
Yes.
Friday, May 17th.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I actually got a comp ticket, so thank you to them. I appreciate it. We got that, and then May 18th in I guess you could say Philly, GCW.
I mean, it's considered Philly, but it's not. It's Chester. But Harris, Chester, GCW. What they announced yesterday? I know we got Steph DeLander versus Tasha Steeles.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, oh yeah.
Yeah, and Janela versus Megan Bain. And I know Ruckus is on the show. Gage will be on the show. I thought there was another match, but I might be confusing it with another show too. Yeah, because CCW does have a lot of shows, so sometimes they'll get like fucked up in my head.
No, I know, because they are booked through August, and I know for a fact they're working on a couple more days in September, because I know I think it was Brett might have been on Twitter or something. He said that they're definitely want to go back to Queens and Brooklyn before the end of the year. So I know Marty wants to make his New York City debut. So I'm sure we'll figure out something. We had a whole summer of just great shit coming up.
Yeah, dude, like I said, I don't even realize what's in June besides H2O, but like I said, these next 5 weeks are just everything. It's awesome. It's just nonstop.
I got the 80s Wrestling Con on this Saturday, and then I got the ISPW fundraiser. I got that Friday. Then I got the barbecue the next day for work, which is fine. But like I doubt I can make it to Panic Switch, but that's okay. The next week, Friday the 17th, we have X Brand. And then Saturday, I won't be able to make it to GCW in Philly. But then Sunday, aren't you doing POR?
Yes, sir.
That's Sunday.
Yeah.
Are you doing commentary for the whole show, or just like a match or two?
No, the whole show.
Oh, nice.
And the commentary works there,
right,
in the audience too.
Nice.
Yeah. And like one of the things me and JJ did talk about was, some of his fans, a good majority of his fans are more of the stunt fans, and he's having real wrestlers. Not that his guys aren't real wrestlers, but they're not real wrestlers. You know what I mean? But he's got Mickey Knuckles, Mercer, a bunch of different people. Mm-hmm. He's had Necro there, and they didn't know who these people were. So now somebody like me that actually knows who these people are can actually not only try to get them over, but get so these people know who they are.
Right.
Because, all the mainstream people that he has on his shows, I know basically their whole careers.
Now, are we going to hear some of these the infamous one-liners that we see on Deathmatch Elite?
Infamous. We're going to have 2 3-liners.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And where is this?
All right, so I can't get the real address out, but it's in Timberville, Virginia.
Okay. Yeah, we don't need the actual address, but just the state.
That's for JJ. JJ's in control of that. If anybody wants to come and venture down to Timberville, make sure to DM JJ Allen.
DM JJ Allen. I'm sure on Instagram probably. That's probably the best.
Instagram, Facebook. I usually use Facebook with him, but he has I believe his Instagram is at JJX Allen.
Okay.
But hit him up if you need the address. POR is definitely not just your regular backyard wrestling. It's cool. Like I said, Mercer, Mickey Knuckles, Kill Billy's been there. Like I said, Butcher won a tournament. Necro won a tournament there. Hardcore Hillbilly's been on shows. Angel Metro. You know what I mean? He has a good rotation of regular wrestlers and his guys. Kamikaze, who's worked at different places now.
Okay.
So yeah, dude, it's a little interesting setup. I can't wait to sink my teeth into it.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Opportunities are just kind of popping up.
Yeah.
It's listen, and sometimes the world of wrestling, it's a wacky place, but sometimes in a really good way.
Very good way. Yes.
Absolutely. Very good. And I'm trying to think, the next weekend is the weekend of the 25th. I don't know what else is. I don't think anything's going on that weekekend.
Bloodstorm is at H2.
Okay. Bloodstorm. Yeah. And then the weekend after that is GCW, which we just talked about. Yeah, because after that, I'm going to have to kind of hit the reset button and kind of do a better job of which ones I'm going to be attending. Yeah. All right, so I think we're okay on that front. So Tony Khan, he's been quite the character this week.
I would say so.
Yeah, he's somewhat keeping kayfabe alive. Wearing the Netflix, wearing the neck brace during the NFL draft, but not really doing that great of a job.
Real quick, do you even know what his role in the Jaguars is that he had to be on TV?
Well, I know his father owns it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But what is his role? Kayfabe to me would have been, you shouldn't have even been on it. Should have been acting like you were in a hospital.
Well, maybe things, AEW. There's no such thing as in wrestling, right? They say there's no such thing as bad press, right? But I also it also depends on what it is,
right?
And they really, how can I put this? Everything at AEW isn't going very well as far as attendance, and nobody is watching the TV shows because before we hit the record button, they were a certain someone was talking about 900,000, 1 million views every week, and they were pretty consistent about it. They're down to 650,000, 600,000. And okay, so you're losing 40% of your audience over the last year. Is this his attempt to just kind of get the AEW name out there and try to get the thing rolling again in that way, because I'll be honest, it's not working. And I really don't think it's the way to go. But who am I? It's just my opinion from the outside looking in. I don't know. What do you think?
Listen, I am number one. I really I don't know how to put it. Like I like seeing like Okada as a bad guy, but as like an NWO bad guy, I don't know. It's a weird mix that they're doing, and they're trying way too hard because as a wrestling fan, as long as you've been and I've been, how many times have we seen Beat the Boss Up?
Well, it started with Austin. Well, actually,
Right?
if you think about it,
Started with Bischoff.
When Kevin Nash powerbombed Bischoff.
Yeah.
But we're talking like actual owner, because
we had the whole McMahon thing.
Right.
Even think about, we had DJ Hyde in Tremont.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't, like, this beating up your boss thing is kind of old. I didn't want to think, have him join them, but it might have been better off just not having him involved at all. They should have maybe just jumped the roster instead of jumping Tony Khan.
Do you listen to the Busted Open radio at all? With Bubba Ray Dudley and the other guy, I can't think of his name. LaGreca?
No, when I was not steadily working, I did, but now that I'm working again, and not really, no. I listen to I listen to us and Jasmine St. Clair for the most part.
Nice. Okay.
They're the only two podcasts I probably listen to.
How you doing, Jasmine?
Yeah. What's up, Jazz?
Yeah. So basically what I was gonna say was I have no fucking idea because I just kind of forgot. But
you were talking about Busted Open.
Say it again.
You were talking about listening to Busted Open.
Oh, okay, Busted Open. And Bubba Ray Dudley, he was on there and he was talking about how like the difference between a matchmaker and a booker, and how, Paul Heyman is a booker. He learned under Dusty Rhodes. Eric Bischoff, he learned under Vern Gagne. Who the fuck did Tony Khan learn under? He's just a matchmaker. And he's just a billionaire fan, like living out his fantasy.
The best description.
And that's it. Yeah. And like he brings in all these guys. Like, has Sasha Banks moved the needle? No. Is what he's doing now with the neck brace and attacking the boss? He's on ESPN with a neck brace. Is this moving the needle?
No,
probably not. As in, it's definitely not.
Calling the WWE the Harvey Weinstein of wrestling is not moving the needle. In fact, the needle probably went the opposite way when he did that.
I'm a firm believer in like less is more, and they have to stop competing with WWE because
they're just not.
Listen, Tony Khan, if you're listening to me, probably not. You're not going to win this. You're just not. They are a fucking juggernaut. They are a publicly traded, multi-billion-dollar company. You're not touching them.
And Triple H is pleasing a lot of the fan base right now. So, and AEW isn't.
Right.
All right. Granted. Great move with the Swerve. I wanted to see Swerve be champion. I'm be honest with you, it's not a race thing, but I can care less, African American or white. I just wanted to see that man as a champion. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody made a big deal because he was their first, African American AEW champion. I was proud because I watched that dude become a Wire champion. I watched that dude become a CZW champion. I watched that dude have a death match. I seen that dude have a death match in Lucha Underground that people still talk about today. You know what I mean? Like, I was proud for Swerve in that way. You know what I mean? He's a great wrestler. But again, here's my problem. Did you think ahead to what his storyline's going to be when he is champion? Because like you said, AEW has gone out and signed all these supposed top tier talent. So you only have one world title. What are you just going to do? Make a different belt for everybody?
Yeah, because everything it's looking like everything is just a participation trophy at this point. Yeah. And it's like, well, where are you going with this?
That's what I'm saying. I have no idea. There's no symmetry to what they're doing. It's just, let's throw something at the wall and see if it sticks.
Right, which was maybe the last year and a half of WCW. That's what TNA did. You know what? They clamor and they wait for the rating to come in, and then they book on the fly. And now you can tell by how what Triple H and all those guys in WWE are doing. They book long term. Now this is what Vince McMahon used to do way back when. It was him and Bruce Pritchard, Pat Patterson, and someone else, maybe one other guy. They had the goal, like, okay, we want Hogan and Andre in the main event of WrestleMania 3. Now, that's the goal for WrestleMania. Let's book backwards. Now, this is where we're going to start. And then they have, the Cliff Notes. Now they're going to fill in all the blanks of how to get there. Also, it was a little bit easier then because they had primetime wrestling. They had superstars. They would do a Saturday night's main event maybe once every 2 months. It was a little bit easier then. But they got 5 hours of live TV every week. It's a little bit different. But I will say, what they have going on right now is so much more improved. And you can just tell that things are going according to plan. But of course, if something happens, they'll call an audible. But they are sticking to the script.
Yeah.
It's organized, and there was a big uproar when Becky Lynch won the Battle Royal, and the mainstream fans are up in arms. Like, how come you didn't put it on Liv? Because it's not her time yet.
Oh, and
build the story.
Right. And like we know, if you take a step back out of your fandom and just look at her overall body of work, she's a responsible champion for a transitional phase.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? This is, because obviously when your champion loses it due to injury, it's obviously a transition phase because that ruins everything that you had planned up until that point. Yeah. So why would you put it on Liv? Because you would want Liv to have a prouder moment. Exactly. As a fan, you would want her to have a prouder moment than just winning it in a battle royal. It would be much better if she goes to SummerSlam and beats Becky Lynch.
There you go. Because we know how long Rhea Ripley's going to be out for?
Probably a while. I believe they said 10.
10 what?
Months.
Holy shit. Okay, so she's done the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And she'll be lucky if she makes it to the Royal Rumble. Right. But that's a long time away, but so the rest of the year she's done. So they put the belt on Becky, right? Because they still have to build up Liv. And what are they building up Liv with? For Dirty Dom to eat that ass, right? Yeah. And she's gonna infiltrate into there, and then Liv is probably gonna be Becky, and then all of a sudden, guess what? Rhea Ripley comes back, and then they're gonna go for it, and they'll most likely do that. Maybe SummerSlam, Survivor Series, through the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania. Long-term booking, you mainstream fanboys.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, you can't just say, all right, we're going to make this person champion, but we have no idea what's going to happen next week. No, that's bullshit. That's why AEW suffers the way they do.
Right. And I'm sure, like I said, if something comes up, if something just absolutely falls flat, someone gets hurt, I'm sure they have a plan B in place.
Oh, yeah.
AEW doesn't have a plan B.
No. Like I said, just another example of just the AEW, to me, stupidity was you got Julia Hart as the women's champion is what? The TBS, right? One of the yeah. The women's is the TBS, the men's is the TNT.
Okay.
So Julia Hart was the TBS champion. She loses to Willow Nightingale, and then Willow's going to fight Mercedes. Like, that isn't one of the most dead giveaway, like, just Willow's just a champion for a month or two, because there's no way Mercedes doesn't win that.
Right.
You know what I mean? They should have just never even let Willow win. Why didn't you just have Mercedes fight Julia in 2 months? But they're going for the story. And again, being a wrestling nerd, they're going for the storyline where Willow had beat Mercedes for the New Japan title. So Mercedes will come back and win the American title off of Willow. But again, that's just, who gives a shit what happened in New Japan? Do something different.
Well, I mean, they still have a working relationship together, right? AEW and New Japan.
Yeah. I just don't know how fluent it is, after they've poached 3 of their main talents in the last year.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Well, 4 if you consider Mercedes. You got Jay White, Ospreay, Okada, and Mercedes were all under New Japan contracts the last year, and now they're all in AEW. And, the second best woman that was in New Japan and Stardom is going to be starting in NXT with Julia.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? And I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I think everybody is.
I was a Julia fan. I was definitely a Julia fan.
This is going to be good. You know what? It's just WWE. They're so much more fluid with how they do everything. And things are definitely changing, and things are going in the good way. They're still going to be trying some things out. But actually, what we're going to talk about is a little WWE stuff, which we have been talking about. But segue, they have their deal with the USA Network is up in September, but they don't start Netflix until January. So then they'll have like part of September, October, November, December of where they're going to go. I'm sure they have a couple options because there's no way right now on April 28th, 2024, that they have no idea what they're going to do.
I mean, my first option would be maybe Peacock for a time.
Well, I mean, they do have the network, but I think the network is also, I think the WWE network is moving off of Peacock and going to Netflix.
Right, but I think the Peacock thing lasts until the Netflix thing starts. I'm pretty sure about that.
Right. So maybe that's an option.
Yeah, like you said, I'm not sure. I mean, if you remember a couple of years ago, because before NXT was on USA, it only ran on the network. So it's not like they couldn't put Raw, SmackDown, and NXT on there.
I mean, they'll definitely figure out something, whether it's maybe a small extension with USA, or they will figure out something, because there's no way they have absolutely no idea. There's just no way. No. I'm sure they have a couple things lined up.
I'm sure too.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll segue into Vince McMahon is 100% gone. He sold the rest of his TKO shares by Vince, and apparently it was like over 700 million.
Yeah.
It was like 770 something million, which is fucking absurd. And he's accumulated over like $2 billion from selling his stock. And now there's rumors going around. Is he starting a new wrestling company? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? I'll just say that he has a no compete until the end of the year. So technically he can't even do anything until January.
Yep. So
he's got like 8 months, to figure something out, but he can't actually do anything until then. Joe, what do you think here?
What's he going to do? Buy Global Force Wrestling off of Jeff Jarrett? Come on.
Yes.
There's nobody out there. You know what I mean? What's he going to, like I said, what's he going to do? Buy GCW?
No.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Think of like, it's not like before when you could just open another territory and be like, okay, here's everybody. Because now with AEW there, AEW is skimming a lot of the top tier indie guys that WWE don't take. So now you're talking about if he would start a new company, not knocking Jimmy Lloyd, but you're signing Jimmy Lloyd people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, again, Jimmy's my buddy, but I don't think Jimmy's TV ready.
I mean, can he work a WWE style match?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the way Vince would want to run. No, there's no way. And like I said, you'd have to be getting to that lower thing. Like, it's not even like a lower tier. I'm trying not to make it sound mean because I don't want to be. But like what I'm saying is, it's just like, no matter how much we love him, Neil Diamond Cutter is not going to be on Raw anytime soon.
No.
You know what I mean? And
no.
like, this is what he would have to deal with. And in my opinion, he's beloved in the deathmatch community, but I don't think it would generate into a TV thing.
Right. Like, would it translate? Like, and how many people on the GCW roster would translate to the mainstream audience?
In all honesty, another mainstream company would probably destroy the indies.
Well, because then it's just going to be, what's the term I'm looking for here? Like, just picking scraps at that point.
Yeah.
Because if let's say this is a real thing, and this is do this, who's going to be like the main attractions? Is Cena going to sign with Vince?
Come on.
Is Brock Lesnar, even though he's still under contract, is he going to sign to Vince? You know what I mean? Like, this is trying to, but who else is out there as far as like actual free agents? Is he going to build it around Cardona and STL? I doubt it. They're free agents. I don't see it happening. Now, he would have to buy, no, because you know what he could do? Because he's fucking evil and he's Vince. He could do what he did back in the early 80s and buy up all these little ones and then just make another big one.
Well, I was thinking while you were coming up with that idea, I was thinking one thing he can do, buy TNA.
He could.
I mean, he can open bid for that, and they would take it.
I mean, listen, is Vince? I mean, how about this? If he was to buy TNA, right? Maybe he could buy MLW. Could he buy NWA?
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Could he buy 2 of the 3 and maybe 1 or 2 others at up? Maybe something like the 5, something like Prestige,
right.
One of those, and then just keep the best and just relaunch. But then he's gonna have to worry about getting a TV deal, and he's gonna have to worry about all this. And this is gonna be 78 pushing 79. Who's gonna want to work with it?
That's where I'm saying a little bit too. Is again, all we've heard is rumors. There's been no Vince McMahon press release saying he's going to start a company. But like you said, dude, he can't do it till 2025.
Right.
He's going to be 78 by then. Yeah. I mean, why? Why even do it? Why? I mean, I honestly, I understand loving wrestling that much, but if you're 78, sit back, watch your grandkids live, and you got so much money, dude. Go live it up somewhere. Go live it up in a different city every day.
Just enjoy. Yeah. I don't think he can sit still. You know what I mean? Like, because he's
go on a bunch of roller coasters, dude. Don't buy another wrestling company and fuck that up.
and besides, like the stigma that is going on around him right now, who's going to want to touch him as far as cable networks and streaming platforms, and who's going to want to do business with him? That's the other part.
I mean, there might be a couple of websites like fecalphilia.com. I don't know.
It's possible. I mean, he is a serial head shitter. He likes pooping on people. Maybe he can do a collab with R. Kelly and P. Diddy or something.
Like 2 wrestlers, 1 cup.
There you go. Yes. Like 1 Diddy, 2 cups. You know, you got. You got Vince shitting in one hand, and you got R. Kelly peeing in the other, and let's see which one gets filled first.
Right.
Hey.
And Chris Benoit music in the background.
the plot thickens because you never know. The world of wrestling is a wacky place, and you know what? Yeah. I think there's a better chance of it happening than it not happening.
There you go. Because we've seen worse.
We have seen worse. We have been. Yeah. I mean,
But
I just
not only
yeah.
no, not but just to add on to that, not only did Vince sell his, but so did Nick, right? Nick Khan sold his too,
That's
right?
right. Yeah, he sold the rest
I
of
don't think he
his.
sold them all, but he sold a good
Oh,
amount.
no, he did. It was like it came out to like $26 million or something. He had like 234,000 shares at $97 a share, and I think it came out to like 26 million. So it didn't say anything about he left the company,
Right.
but he cashes out. Vince cashes out like within a couple days of each other, and maybe something's gonna come out. And because Stephanie is back working in the office.
Yes.
So could Stephanie be taking over for Nick Khan's spot, which he's more than capable?
Who knows, man? I mean, look, new regime, why not? I mean, again, not to sound like a dick, but at least it looks like Triple H and her have a lot better relationship than Linda and Vince had.
Oh, it's clear as day. I think.
Yeah, I mean, and Linda and Vince created WWF as we know it. So
right.
and they unstable. Imagine what a stable relationship that actually want everything to succeed can actually make work.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, Linda. She was the CFO, I think, right?
Yeah.
So she worked during the week. She took care of the kids, and she made it happen. And this is the one working 24/7, literally.
Yeah. And shitting, but
right. Unless he was pooping on people.
Yeah, you never know.
There's
a lot of break time in a 24-hour period.
There is. But I just think Triple H and Stephanie, at least so far from what we've seen, they're much more level-headed. They're much more understanding. They want to hear everyone's ideas. They want to hear from everyone. What do you want to do? Okay, cool. So this is what you want to do, and this is what we're looking at. Let's come up to a compromise, and let's just make this work. And that's exactly what it seems. Like AEW, everyone is just out for themselves.
Yep.
WWE, there's structure.
Yep.
20 wants to see everyone's
Did you see the little clip they put up last night? Like that was even cool. Drew McIntyre re-signed because they wrote and fucking they had a sword delivered to him in the goddamn restaurant.
Yeah, his deal was like almost up, right? I mean, within like weeks.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm
glad. I mean, there was even rumors that he was working without a contract. I don't know the logistics completely, but there was rumors that right after WrestleMania, it was up and he was just on like a week-to-week thing. But I mean, if you look about it, it was only 4 weeks since WrestleMania, and he's already got a bigger deal. So,
hey man, good for him.
Dude, he's entertaining as shit. I mean, this heel turn is way more entertaining than the rest of his. And I was never a hater, and I believe that CM Punk has definitely helped Drew McIntyre's career big time, without even being a wrestler.
Yeah, you can tell because like they're letting him be himself,
right, and be a jerk off, and it's funny.
Exactly. And
like dude, I don't know if you've seen the segment where he went to like CM Punk's favorite bakery and made like a mockery out of the bakery. Like, no, dude, it was just funny shit. And like now he wears the shirt with fucking CM Punk's grave on it, and he's standing in front of it like the meme.
That's great. That's such good shit.
Yeah, like I said, and props to Punk because he's hurt, but he's still progressing a storyline. Like it's pretty cool.
Listen, man, they have, I said this in Deathmatch Elite, and I said it on a couple, mainstream fan sites that WWE right now is the best it's been in years. Yeah. And I'm talking as far as just storytelling and consistency.
Yep.
It's the best that it's been, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing where everything goes.
Yeah, shit. Even they did another crowd pleasing thing on Tuesday. NXT. That dude Trick Williams won the belt off of Dragunov, and the place went wild. Dude, that dude's over. Again, he's another one that I don't know. I like Carmelo Hayes better. I was never a big Trick Williams fan, but these fans, they love him, man. He's a fucking magnet for charisma to them. And, that crowd went wild. And one of the main things I believe that's coming out of that is Dragunov is going to go up to the main roster and join Gunther. So that's what I think's happening. That's why he probably, lost the title when he did. Because if I know on Monday, Gunther kicked one of the dudes out from Imperium.
Right. Yeah, that I did see.
So then when I seen what happened Tuesday with Dragunov losing, my first thought was, all right, he lost the belt. He's going to go to the main roster and probably join Gunther to where, they'll be a group for a while, and then eventually it'll lead to them splitting and having a match.
I can dig it. And I'm open to seeing whatever happens and whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. Let's fucking do it.
I don't know if you've seen their old match from NXT UK, Dragunov and Gunther. It's phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal. Oh my God, dude.
Was this one?
It was like a 35 minute classic on an NXT show. Was wild.
Is this when Gunther was Walter?
It was right at the end. It was when he lost the NXT. Well, I'm sorry. No, he was still Walter, because after he lost the NXT UK title, he went to NXT for a little bit, and then he was Gunther when he popped up on the main roster.
I got you.
But yeah, no, he was Walter, NXT UK, lost the belt to Dragunov, went to regular NXT for a couple months, and then Imperium, debuted on Raw. And ever since then, he was only there for 5-6 months, and then won the title and just lost it. Special dude. I've always dug Walter since the moment I seen him fight PCO at Spring Break.
Well, PCO was tough as nails.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if you ever seen the aftermath of that match, but their chest literally looks like raw meat, like you bought a steak at a goddamn butcher shop.
Dude, they beat the shit out of each other.
Dude, they were pink. I'd never seen anything like that. It went beyond it went beyond the black and blue, dude. It was like fucking
Yeah, dude. Fucking. And one more thing, I want to talk about the one with the Netflix thing real quick.
Oh yeah.
I think one thing I'm hoping for is that they go back to 2 hours for Monday Night Raw.
Now, again, to me, sometimes the hours don't bother me. Now, what bothers you about a 3-hour TV show compared to a 3-hour indie show?
Because as far as watching on TV,
yeah,
there's a lot of filler.
What the difference is, you think?
What's up?
Is that just the main difference, that you're watching it on TV? What would be the reason? Because for some reason the 3 hours thing doesn't bother me as much as other people. It bothers me a little bit sometimes when I can tell the show's dragged out. But there are some shows where they, to me, fill up the 3 hours with pretty good shit.
I think less is more. I think it's one thing when me and you and all of our guys were front row at a GCW show or something, and it's 3 hours, maybe pushing 4. It's a little bit different when you're there and you're not in some 15,000 seat arena. There's probably right now in GCW probably the 600, give or take, right?
Yeah.
I've been at 3-hour Monday Night Raw. It's dreadful. It's just boring. It doesn't move. I think less is more. I think Monday Night Raw was a much better show at 2 hours, because that third hour, you stretch it out and it's just a lot of filler and a lot of shit that doesn't matter.
You're right. And there's many weeks that I prefer SmackDown over Raw, so I understand. I know where you're coming from.
Right.
It's
I think
just,
SmackDown.
I have that idea of why do we enjoy longer shows we go to, but we can't watch longer shows? Because there are, like you said, there are times where I'm just like, oh my God, is this going to get over? Like, would you be down for this? Would this be a good replacement if you turn it into a 2-hour Raw? Have an hour of dark matches for the live audience?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, just to not shortchange the audience is what I'm thinking of.
Well, because
I'm
they
just
used
trying
to do that.
What's that?
They used to do that. Like
Right, you're right. They used to sometimes either tape another show or just have dark matches for the hell of it.
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, I think with 3 hours, when I like years ago when I went to Monday Night Raw in Brooklyn, they had the 3 hour Raw, but it was the week leading up to WrestleMania, right? So they taped SmackDown also.
Oh God!
And they had dark matches. So like Raw comes on at like 8 o'clock. This shit started at like 6. It was a long, long day.
All right, for mainstream wrestling, that's a little too long.
So they did 3 hours of Raw. Now they only did like 3 matches for SmackDown, hence because it's wrestling, blah blah blah. But then they had like that other show that they were doing too, main event. So they did a couple shows for main event, but then even before that, they had some local guys do dark matches. So we had 2 hours of shit before 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. So let me tell you something. An hour into Raw, we're fucking beat.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like I just wish. Or how about this? Let's say they want to keep it at 3 hours. Give the first hour to NXT, and then 2 hours of Raw.
That would work too. You're talking so you would get rid of the 2 hour NXT and just incorporate it with Raw?
Yeah.
All right, that's not a bad idea either.
Yeah. Why not?
Maybe that would give them more of a spotlight, obviously.
Yeah.
And you would get a more mainstream feel out of it. But again, now the only thing is they like doing their NXT show from Full Sail. So do you do the NXT part at Full Sail and then cut to the live place?
You could, or
you could, definitely could.
You could. You could.
That might be the better way, actually.
So therefore, it's like NXT, it actually has like its own feel. You're not just going to be doing it like, so fans are sitting there for 3 fucking hours, and instead of having red lights, they'll just have gold in whatever color it is. So then when it's time for Raw, okay, they change the apron and now they have red lights on.
Yeah.
It has its own feel. So when you go to Monday Night Raw, let's say it is 2 hours. It'll start at 9 o'clock, going to 11. But guess what? Come in at 8, and we'll put NXT on the Titantron. And as the building is filling in, they can watch it and do that.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad idea at all. Actually, I definitely think that'd be cool to do the split like that. Because, and again, reason why I agree with that is because when I seen NXT in a small arena, it felt like an indie show. So it'd be good to keep that indie show feeling to that still.
No, that's it. It's a high budget indie. That's what it is, and it works for them. I think that's a pretty. I mean, I'm not just saying that because like it's my idea, but I think it's a pretty solid idea.
Oh, I like it. I definitely like it, dude. Because I'd be through with you.
No,
because I definitely like that idea.
I mean, years ago when they relaunched ECW in 2006 after the second One Night Stand, Shane McMahon wanted ECW to do its own building.
Yeah.
He suggested do it from Hammerstein every week. Right? Or do it from the ECW one week and just kind of like rotate. You know what I mean? It's like, let it have its own feel. And Vince is like, no. So they had like his own like little mini entrance on SmackDown, and they did it that way. Which once again, it was just, it was WWE with an ECW sticker on it.
Yeah.
And ultimately, clearly, it didn't work out. But I wonder let's say Shane, let's say they were like, you know what, Shane, this is a good idea. I wonder where it would have been or where it could have went after that.
Close.
You know, makes you wonder.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, and I wonder at that time also when Sabu and Van Dam got pulled over for smoking pot and you know what I mean? Because Van Dam was a WWE champion and the ECW champion, right?
Yep.
And then Sabu was like the number 2 guy. So now you have both your guys getting pulled over with this shit. I think that sped everything up. They were probably going to be like, let the ECW originals, let them milk it for a year, and then we'll bring in our other guys and incorporate. But they immediately put the belt on, I think, the Big Show, right?
You would know better than me right now because I didn't even pay attention. I didn't even go to the second one night stand. So
I think they put it on. I think I think Big Show beat Van Dam.
I think it was Big Show too. Now you said that.
I think it was, yes, because Heyman turned heel and went with Big Show.
Yes,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
So, because I think they were gonna do. I don't know. There's a lot going on running that they're gonna put the belt on Sabu after Van Dam, but clearly that didn't happen.
Right.
So, you know, it's kind of like one of those what ifs. You know, never know.
Another wacky world of wrestling moment.
Yeah, man. So this week coming up, we got Monday Night Raw tomorrow. We got. I'll check up on. Let me see. What am I gonna do? Yesterday was JCW. I'll watch the rest of that and catch up with it, and then I don't know. As of right now, it's gonna be like a regular week until the week. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, we said it just a second ago. We'll say it again. It's the wacky world of wrestling. We might be back in 2 more days. Who knows what's going to happen?
That's true. Maybe in 3. Maybe we're dropping an Easter egg right now.
Yeah.
You never know, because things are popping up and it's good. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, the guys from X Brand, we'll have them back on in another week or so before the show, and maybe another thing or two. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
And we are getting fucking Chad on here. We are getting Chad on here.
Is that official?
Oh, not official, but we're going to get. Well, I mean, he'll come on. It's just a matter of getting him out of in between toilets.
Yeah, he's a busy guy. You know.
Yeah, dude. He's got a lot of smelling to take care of.
He does.
I love Chad. Chad, you are the man.
Chad. Yeah, he's the ring guy for ISPW too. So I'll be seeing him. What, 2 weeks? Yeah, I'll be seeing him in 2 weeks. I'll ask him. I'll be like, hey, listen, why don't you come on the podcast with me and Beisler? We'll chop it up and we'll just talk wrestling.
Yeah, dude.
Why not?
Oh, it's all positivity all the time.
Listen, we do the best we can. I think you know what? I think we do a pretty good job.
Yeah, dude. We know there's negative shit that's got to get out, but we'll try to make you feel as positive about it.
That's all we can do.
Yeah.
That's it, man. I guess we should wrap this up. I mean, I think we covered everything we wanted to cover.
We covered a good amount. And like I said, great special weekend. Shout out to everybody. Please, everybody that attended H2O that's watching this. I thank you again. I appreciate everything. It's amazing because really, I'm just starting to do shit in wrestling. I'm just a fan. And the fact that other fans love a fan is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I love H2O because that's just where I get the most feeling like that, man. It's just awesome.
It's a great place and it's a building with a lot of history.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, dude, how about you? Any last words for the show?
For the show, as far as this, so I did a vlog yesterday with Party Marty on the way to H2O. So I'll be posting that. It's basically I was like, listen, we're just talk wrestling on the way, but it was really like the story of Party Marty. So
nice.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna upload it. Maybe I don't know, maybe today or tomorrow.
Nice.
And,
yeah.
So we got that, and we got this. Maybe another one during the week. I'll be posting some more stuff to YouTube. And just look out for any announcements, because I promise you there will be.
Oh yeah. We coming, baby.
Yeah. All right, I guess we can call this the Wacky World of Wrestling Podcast as a nickname. We can call it whatever you want, but ladies and
We're
gentlemen,
WrestleDeath, Wacky World of Wrestling, Joe and Rich.
that's it, man. That's all it is.
Fucking right.
All right, Joe.
My
Thank
man.
you as always.
We will talk soon.
Absolutely. America, thank you for tuning in. We love you. Hasta mañana. Maybe. There we go.